Good afternoon, everyone. Mike Rakowski here with the Rakowski Law Firm. Today we have an incredible guest. We have Debbie Ellinger. And so I can't wait to talk about what we're going to talk about today. I'm not going to steal any thunder from you. So why don't you give us a little bit of background of, who you are, your organization. Let's start there and then we'll see where the conversation goes.
Sure. Yeah. Hi. Thanks so much again for having me. I appreciate it. So I run a nonprofit called Ellie's House. We do two things. First part of what we do is a street outreach program in the city of Detroit. So we are out on the east side of Detroit 3 days a week, handing out food, clothing, hygiene, supplies, all kinds of whatever people need to people who are struggling with substance use, homelessness, forced prostitution, trafficking. We've been out there since 2017 in the same area, same days, same times every week. And then we also have a residential program where we house women for up to 2 years, rent free. And you can stay at our program and hopefully we will give you the tools you need to be successful and then help you with housing to go ahead and be on your own.
That's just incredible. And so from what I caught, you guys have been doing this about 10 years now.
Uh-huh.
And how many people are on the team? Like, give me a little sense of like how many people are out there helping.
Yeah, so we have a small staff. We're a small organization because we really feel that building like community and strong relationships goes a long way, especially when you're in recovery for anything. So we have two staff people, we intern, and then we have a crew of volunteers, about 40 volunteers that kind of rotate in and out of street outreach.
Oh, that's incredible. That's so incredible to hear, and just everything that you guys are doing. Give us a little bit about, yeah, just I love to hear about it. I mean, I have three daughters myself, so this is very, kind of emotional or impactful for me. Tell us a little bit about, because, from time to time I hear of what's going on and what to watch out for, and I'm nervous as a dad raising three daughters. Give us some like, I don't know if it's tricks or tips or like what should individuals be aware of? How can others help? Any of that would be great.
Yeah, I think the number one thing people need to just be aware of online things. So if you have teens, young adults, you should just be online. All of the women we talked to on the streets knew their trafficker in some capacity. So that doesn't necessarily mean a long-term trusting relationship that you and I would consider a relationship. It can include that, but it also includes things like meeting someone on a dating app. You chatted for 5 days, and now you guys are boyfriend, girlfriend, or best friends. Things like that. That's how trafficking is happening. And so by fraud, promises online, promises of big dreams and big things happening that never come to reality.
Is there an age demographic that's more prevalent to this, or you give us some of that?
Yeah, so I mean, I start doing trainings for kids in middle school. I think we were doing high school for a long period of time, and I think there for a little bit. I think we need to be talking about it in middle school, making it a top priority to schools in middle school, high school. I would say the demographic of people we talk to is anywhere between their 20s and 30s, but have been out there since they were 16 or 18.
Yeah. And you mentioned like a lot of this is happening online. Or maybe it's starting online, and that's really a place to be aware of. Is there any software that you know of? I mean, I know like, there's there's Apple things you can enable to like monitor your kids' phones and iPads, and then there's software like Bark and some other ones. What are you seeing is actually useful as tools to help in this?
So I would say two things that I have found are useful. Bark is the one that our family has used, and that has been very useful. But I also think the other thing's useful is for parents to actually navigate and utilize the apps that your kids are using.
Sure.
So your kid is using Snapchat, get a Snapchat account and figure out how. I'm so sorry.
Okay. We got dogs. We got dogs. No big deal. It happened. What kind of dogs do you have? mail guy. Just protected. So it sounds like you're very involved in the community.
So, well, the other thing I was gonna say is like if your son is playing video games like Minecraft or things like that, like figure out how to navigate those because you'll learn like you can chat with people, figure out how you can like disenable chatting with strange people that your kid doesn't know. So I would just say educate yourself is actually like the number one tool and like learn how to navigate these apps that your kids are on.
And I couldn't agree with you more on the just monitoring of the kids' app. I know, TikTok is crazy. But the people that are just friending our children software, it's just
Right.
something you got to make sure we're moving.
Right.
We're on the move. We're on the move. There we go. No worries. So tell us a little bit. I think you guys have an event coming up that people can get involved
We do.
in.
So every year we have our annual gala, which is like our biggest fundraiser. Typically, we have it in the city of Detroit because that's where we do a lot of our work. This year, it's going to be at the Vintage House, and it's going to be October 5th, and it's going to be called A Night at the Races. And so it's going to be horse races, and you can kind of bet on races. You can buy horses, things like that. So it's our main fundraiser we do. We do little fundraisers throughout the year, but this is our main one where we try to get as many people to attend, buy ads, sponsor horses, things like that.
Where can someone, is there a website you can go to register for that?
Yeah, so you can register on our website at ellie'shouse313.com.
Okay, I will put that in the chat so everyone has it. And look below under this Facebook Live, and you can see where you can get involved there. What other things are you guys seeing when it comes to, I know we talked about online. What about, I worry about my kids when they're not 16 yet, but at some point they're going to be out there driving with their friends. Like, what do we need, like in-person stuff? What should we be looking for?
Yeah, I always think like having open communication with your kids, but I think one thing that's worked really well for me is having another trusted adult in your kid's life that they can go to when things are hard. There's just sometimes things teens can't go to their parents about. And so have a trusted adult that will give good advice that will support your parenting technique, and have them be able to go to that person. I think it's just we've done that for all of our kids. All of our kids have each had an individual person that they can go to. And when things get hard, if they feel like they can't come to us, they can go to that person. And if it's something that's going to hurt them or hurt someone else, then they know that it has to eventually come back to us.
Yeah, that's great. If I'm thinking about how your organization can continue to spread the word, because it seems like that's a very impactful thing. Do you guys give any speaking events at like middle schools and that demographic we were talking about?
Yeah, so we'll do middle schools, high schools. We do community groups, organizations. So things like Elks Club we've gone to. I do a lot of things for nurses. So I'm always open. I mean, I think that's the number one way of learning what trafficking looks like. And things are changing rapidly, like often. So I'm always trying to educate myself on things that have changed. And so then we can kind of bring those new things and changes to groups to educate them as well.
Okay, so if you could see some value, if you know someone in the school system, someone who is involved in making these events happen, reach out to Debbie and her team. Debbie's a great way to contact you to get in touch to set up one of those presentations.
Yeah, they can contact me. My number is on the website. My phone number is the same number I give to people out on the street. And then our email is on there as well. Both ways you can reach me and I will respond as quickly as I can.
Okay. Now that the dog has calmed down a little bit, why don't you give everyone your contact information again, website and the best way?
Yep. Our website is ellie'shouse313.com. My email address is ellie'shouse313@yahoo.com.
Perfect. Well, Debbie, I really appreciate that. I love what you guys are doing, and I hope to be there, this fall and come support you guys. So
Yeah, we would love to have you, Mike. Thank you so much for having me on just to get out what we do. Thank you.
yeah, my pleasure. Take care. Have a great rest of the day.
Thanks, you too.